So part of the question before us today is, who will we trust? Who are we going to trust on this issue? Annette McMichael, our next speaker, is a resident of Southern Illinois and a landowner who's been asked to lease her land for fracking. Annette?
Last July, in the midst of Illinois' worst drought since 1956, as all of you well know, I received a letter and a lease from a landman representing the Woolsey oil and gas industry. Now, a landman is a soft term for a broker for the fossil fuel companies. Sounds nice and easy, doesn't it, a landman? The letter politely asked if they could lease our 10 acres in the Shawnee Hills for our gas drilling. I've been following the fracking destruction for quite some time, so I already knew that disaster would follow. I also knew they'd be using tremendous amounts of water that we cannot afford to share. My hands were shaking by the time I finished reading that letter. Took a few deep breaths, walked around a little and called the landman. Of course, we'd never signed a lease, but I had some questions I wanted answered directly from her. Well, the landman was a perky little woman from Arkansas who claimed that my husband and I were so lucky to have been chosen. Oh, yes, we were the chosen ones. She said $4 million had already been spent on leases in Southern Illinois, and she'd be happy to come right out and get our signatures. I asked about the fact that if enough folks around me leased their property, we wouldn't have a choice, right? And she confirmed that if 51% of people in any district that the industry carves out leases their land, then everyone else is subject to drilling or for their land being used for disposal pits and wells. Oh, but you'll get royalties if we drill on your land, she said. Well, the truth is only 2% of people ever receive a royalty check in this country. 2%. That's a fact, and there were several other facts in the lease too. One, if they drill a well on my property or want to take over an existing well, they have the right to use these for disposal. So they might not drill for gas, but they can put their toxic soup on our land. No chance for a royalty check. Number two, the company is held harmless for any damages unless they were the result of negligence, willful misconduct, or an intentional act. So if there's an accident, they can just say, oh, so sorry, we didn't mean to do that, and they move on. Number three, if there are land damages due to negligence, they agree to pay up to $5,000 total. The rest is up to us. Number four, leases automatically renew every 4 years as long as any action is taken on the property. So they can come out and do a soil test, put up a fence, anything at all, and there's an automatic 4-year renewal. I spoke with someone in Pennsylvania whose family farm has been leased for 47 years and they still can't get out of the lease. Thousands of people all over the country are signing these kinds of leases, and plenty of them in Southern Illinois. Times are hard, they need the cash, they don't want to talk to an attorney, they speak with this landman who charms them. Have you ever bought something from someone just because they were so nice and friendly that you just honestly believed everything they said? The fossil fuel industry trains these landmen to be just that type of person. It's so sad. They get leases signed before the landowners can think it through, and it's a huge scam, and it is a great injustice. I felt powerless after I talked to the landman. I cried and cried. I've seen devastated pictures, many of the things that you saw here today. I've read about ruined lives. I was so afraid, and there's nothing worse than fear. It just grabs your soul, doesn't it? But within a few days, I hooked up with SAFE, Southern Illinois' anti-fracking movement, and Illinois Public Action, and I felt better. I feel like I'm part of a community, and I feel so great seeing all of you here today. And I know that we can stop fracking in Illinois if we stand together. I feel better because the people of Illinois can come together as one community. We can stop the fossil fuel industry from ruining our homes and stealing our water. State legislators, lobbyists, and industry are meeting behind closed doors right now, and we have to act quickly. I have a quote on my desktop from Tim DeChristopher that says, "We think we have no power when in fact we have more than enough power. Right now we have a big enough movement to win this battle. We just have to start acting like it." and we are. You know what? I'm not going to take this lying down. Illinois Public Action isn't going to take it lying down. SAFE isn't going to take it lying down. Food and Water Watch is not going to take it. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. I hope you'll stand with us because they are the corruption and we are the eruption. Stand with us. Thank you.